Okay, ladies and gentlemen, last meeting we have discussed the social learning theory, which explains that criminal behavior is learned from our external factors, di ba? So, social learning theory explains that criminal behavior is learned from external factors. So in continuation, we have here now human behavior and criminal behavior. So we have first to define behavior. What is behavior? Behavior refers to the actions of an organism or system, usually in relation to its environment, which includes other organisms or systems around as well as the physical environment. It is the response of the organism or system to various stimuli or inputs, whether internal or external, conscious or subconscious, covert or overt, and voluntary or and involuntary. So that is your behavior. So what is behavior in short? It is a response to an or to is it is a response to a stimuli. So pwedeng a response to an instruction, pwede yan. Pagka yung stimuli nyo is instruction. Any response to a certain matter is an example of behavior. Di ba? Yung damir na pagkindat nyo sa magandang binibini is a behavior, di ba? Ingat lang para di kayo makasuhan ng ano, pwedeng sexual harassment, pwedeng, uy, meron na rin pala ngayong ano, ano na yung pagsunod-sunod, stalking. Ano yung mga nililigawan nyo. Tapos, naka-inflict na kayo ng emotional or physical violence sa kanya. Tapos, ini-stalk nyo pa. Pwede niyang gawin yun ng, hindi naman istorya, pero kung naramdaman niya talaga na ini-stalk nyo, abay, pwedeng ground yan for Bausi case under psychological or emotional ano ba yun, harm. Yan. So, what is human behavior? Human behavior refers to the range of behaviors exhibited by humans and which are influenced by culture, attitudes, emotions, values, ethics, authority, rapport, hypnosis, yan. Pwedeng dahil na-hypnotize ka, napasunod ka niya, that is included as a human behavior so long as the person who presented or showed response is a human. Yan. So, persuasion, coercion, and genetics. So, when we say coercion, you were forced to do so. So, if you are forced to do so, it is also a human behavior. Yan. Basta ang subject natin sa human behavior is of course humans, tao. Hindi pwedeng yung response ng tao ay ng hayop, di ba? The canine dog was given a dog food when he obeyed the instruction of his master. Tapos, yun yung sinabi. Tapos, multiple choice ang pagpipilian. Human behavior, behavior, ganyan. May loko naman kayo kung sasagot niyo pa ay human behavior. Aso nga yun, hindi siya human. So, human behavior. What is an abnormal behavior? Abnormal behavior is something deviating from the normal or differing from the typical. It is a subjectively defined behavioral characteristic assigned to those with rare, so kakaiba, dysfunctional conditions. It may be abnormal when it is unusual, socially unacceptable, self-defeating, dangerous, or suggestive or faulty interpretation of reality or of personal distress. So when we say abnormal behavior, any behavior that is not normal. So pagka ang tao binigyan ng regalo, ano ba ang normal na behavior? Di ba dapat maging happy yan? Pero ang tao binigyan ng regalo, tapos biglang nagagalit doon, nagwawala. So abnormal behavior, hindi normal, di ba? So ang batang napalo dahil may kasalanan, ano ba dapat ang reaksyon? Umiiyak, di ba? So normal 'yon. Umiiyak, napagalitan, napalo, umiiyak. Pero yung batang gumawa ng kasalanan, tapos pinalo, tapos, aba, siya pa yung nagagalit, pinapagalitan niya pa yung parents niya. Abay, abnormal. Abnormal behavior. What is psychopathology? Psychopathology is the scientific study of mental, emotional, and behavioral disorders as well as abnormal or maladaptive behavior. So yan ang inaaral ng psychopathology. Psycho, study of mental, psycho. Pathology includes emotional, behavioral disorders as well as abnormal or maladaptive behavior. So, psychopathology. So the focus of psychopathology is study of abnormal or maladaptive or behavioral disorders. Yan. Basta negative behaviors. What is criminal behavior? So of course, criminal behavior refers to the behavior which is criminal in nature, a behavior which violates a law. Thus, the moment a person violates the law, he has already committed criminal behavior. Diba? So, parang in relation to crime lang din yan. So, what is crime? It is violation of a criminal law. Now, who is a criminal? A person who violates a criminal law, arrested, prosecuted, and was convicted by a final judgment. So, criminal. So, what now is criminal behavior? Behavior which is in violation of a criminal law. Criminal behavior yan. What is the legal definition of criminal behavior? Criminal behavior refers to the actions that are prohibited by the state and are punished under law. So that is your criminal behavior. These are behaviors that are punished by law. So, what is the moral definition of criminal behavior? Criminal behavior refers to an action that may be rewarding to the actor, but that inflicts pain or loss to others. So, yan ang moral definition ng criminal behavior. It is a behavior of a criminal, yan, that produces reward to the actor, yan. So, may reward siya sa actor, but inflicts pain or damages or losses to his victims or to others. Yan. That is criminal behavior. Thus, criminal behavior is antisocial behavior. So, it is against social. It is not normal behavior. It is an abnormal behavior, criminal behavior. It is against the social norms. We have here delinquency versus criminality. Delinquency is defined as the behavior that is illegal, immoral, or deviant with respect to the societal values. Criminality, on the other hand, is defined as a breaking of existing laws. There is little or no confusion as to what constitutes illegal and legal behaviors. So what is again the difference between delinquency and criminality? So criminality pertains to the violation of criminal law, while delinquency is defined as a behavior that is immoral or deviant. So it may include criminalities yan. So mas broader ang delinquency kaysa criminality. Pero yung criminality, mas harsher siya. Bakit? Kasi criminal law ang specific na concentration niya. Violation of the criminal law. While ang delinquency, it includes here violation of curfew hours, yung mga ganyan. So kung ang norms sa isang society or sa community is dapat at 10 p.m. Nakasarado na lahat ng nightclubs, bars, painuman ng alak, mga ganyan, di ba? Tapos meron isang business owner nag-exceed ng 10, 12, 12 nagsasara, 12 noon, ay 12 midnight nagsasara. So that is a delinquent behavior, di ba? O kaya sa isang boarding house or apartment, ang curfew dapat 8 p.m. nasa loob na ng bahay lahat ng tao, kaya 9:30. Dapat lahat ng mga tenant, yung mga nakatira doon, lahat ng residents doon is dapat nasa loob na, otherwise magpo-close na lahat ng gate at 9:30. Tapos meron yung tenant or yung resident na pasado 9:30 dumarating, di ba? So that is a delinquent behavior, a show of delinquency. We also have here deviant and delinquent behavior. What is a deviant behavior? Deviant behavior is any behavior that is contrary to the dominant norms of society. Norms are social expectations that guide human behavior. So, norms are social expectation that guide human behavior. Yan ang norms ha. It is a social expectation. So, pagka meron tayong policy na no ID, no entry, tapos meron yung matigas ang tao na, ay, basta naka-enroll ako dito. Wala akong ID. Hindi ko nadala yung ID ko, pero ito yung enrollment form ko. Yan, nagpupumilit. Although, pwede naman. Pero dapat, by that time, nakakuha na siya ng ID niya. Kayo rin, meron din eh. Ewan ko lang, di naman natin nga lang ma-generalize kasi di natin alam yung kwento behind. Ang policy dapat sa mga online class, naka-Insti account. Pero meron pa yung iba, hindi gumagamit ng Insti account. So, norms refer to the rules or standards of behavior shared by members of a group or society and defined by the common expectation of the group with regard to the types of appropriate appropriate behavior. So kung kayo class, meron tayong class policy o kaya meron kayong school policy ng LSTU tapos bina-violate nyo, so you are showing a deviant behavior against your school. So we have here two types of deviant activities. We have the formal deviance and informal deviance. It refers to crime that is in violation of formally enacted laws, such as robbery, theft, rape, murder, and assault, just to name few. So yan ang formal defiance. When we say formal, there is an actual law punishing such act, while the informal defiance refers to violation of informal social norms, norms that have not been codified into law, such as picking one's nose, belching loudly in some cultures, or standing too close to another unnecessarily, again in some cultures. So, informal defiance refers to any violation of any unwritten norms, traditions, or uh, behavior. Yan. So, kung meron kayong unwritten, especially cultures, yun ang marami sa cultures. Ang mostly na norm ng culture is they respect the elders. So, whenever the elders speaks, all the younger generation listens and obeys. So, yun info, yun ang informal norm. Kumbaga norm siya. Hindi siya written. Hindi nakasulat sa batas, sa policy, yan. Hindi yan. But it is an unwritten tradition. So ngayon, binayolate mo yun. May elder kayo tapos nagsasalita, hindi ka nakikinig. O kaya hindi mo sinunod yung mga advices niya. Di ba? So that is now a show of informal defiance. Yan. So that is the difference of formal defiance versus informal defiance. Formal defiance refers to violation of a codified law, yan, while the informal defiance refers to the violation of unwritten traditions, cultures, or norms. We have here deviancy and criminality theories. We have the biological explanations. Biological theories of criminality basically purport that criminal behavior is the result of some flaw in biological makeup of the individual. This physical flaw could be due to the following. So ito rin, kung aaralin nyo ulit itong biological explanation na to, nakaangkla rin siya kay positivist school, di ba? So parang sinasabi niya, may effect yung biology. Eh ngayon, kung nataon na yung biology nyo, yung genes nyo, is malalapad ang noo, ganyan, di may tendency kang maging criminal offender. Yan, according to Cesar Lombroso. And that is what we call atavistic characteristics. So this flaw, when we say flaw, parang abnormal, this flaw abnormalities, yan, this abnormalities, this flaw could be due to the following. So first is heredity. So whenever we speak of heredity, the source of that is your genes or genetics. Yan, ang pinag-uusapan sa heredity. Second is the neurotransmitter dysfunction. So neuro, when we say neuro, it is a defect on the brain function. So yan, neurotransmitter dysfunction. And third is your brain abnormalities that were caused by either of the above, improper development, or trauma. So third is the brain abnormalities that are caused by genetics. Yan, so pwedeng namanan nyo. Or pwedeng caused by trauma. Yan, experiences, bad experiences. Yan. So we have here biological theories. Physiognomy. It was founded by J. Baptiste Delaporte, the physiognomist Johann Caspar Lavater from 1741 to 1801. was one of the first to suggest a link between facial figures and crime. So yan, physiognomy ang tawag dyan. So, kung ano ang itsura mo, itsura ng pagmumukha mo, meron daw siyang connection sa crimes. Yan ang physiognomy. Next is the phrenology. Phren. It comes from the Greek word mind and logos, knowledge. And this theory claims that to be able to determine character, personality traits, and criminality on the basis of the shape of the head by reading bumps and fissures. So yan. So when we say phrenology, talks about the shape of your skull. So kung ano naman ang hugis ng yung skull, meron din siyang connection with your behavior, with your criminality, with your personal traits or character. Next is the positivist theory, more on the atavism or brain criminal. Cesar Lombroso was the first to connect crime to human evolution. Criminals were atavistic or throwbacks to an earlier, more primitive stage of human development. So, according to Charles Darwin, ano ba yung primitive stage ng human? These are the apes. And ano ba yung mga apes? Diba, medyo ano rin sila, survival of the fittest din yan. So, yan ang sinasabi ni Cesar Lombroso on the atavism or born criminal. We have Ernest Houghton. He linked criminality to organic inferiority. So when we say inferior, merong pagkukulang. He supported the notion of born criminals, but linked it to biological inferiority. He used racial prejudice to explain deviance. So yan si Ernest Houghton. In short, he proposed that criminality is caused by biological inferiority. So, mostly, ang best example natin dito is your mga tribe, mga tribo-tribo, di ba? So, meron tayong tribal differences. So, let's say for example, Aitas, di ba? So, sa physical feature pa lang nila, meron na silang biological inferiority. So, thus, it has a link to criminality. Yan. Physics theory. This theory was developed by Ernst Kretschmer in 1921. Ernst Kretschmer suggested the following physics to it. We have the asthenic type, we have the athletic type, we have the picnic type, and the dysplastic or mixed type. So when we say asthenic, what does it mean when we say asthenic? This person is skinny, with ribs easily counted and slender body. This type usually commits crime known as petty theft and fraud. So that is your asthenic. These are skinny persons. When we say skinny persons, these are mapapayat. So what kind of crime they commit? Theft and fraud. So when we say theft, pagnanakaw, fraud, pangloloko. We also have the athletic type. So when we say athletic type, by the word athletic, muscular siya. So mostly muscular body build, hindi mataba, hindi mapayat. average body. This person has broad shoulders, yan, muscular talaga, powerful legs, and muscular body type. This type usually commits violent crimes. Of course, because of his masculinity, violent naman ang kanyang crimes na ginagawa. So what are the violent crimes? It starts with physical injury to mutilation, murder, yung mga yan, violent crimes. Pwede rin malicious mischief, naninira siya ng mga gamit ng iba. And the picnic type, this person is stout, has short, stubby hands, with round body. This type usually commits deception, fraud, and violence. So, yan ang picnic type. Round face. Pagka round face naman yan, alam nyo nang medyo mataba. So, what crimes does he commit? Deception. So, pangluluko rin. Fraud. And violence. So, pwede rin violence. And your dysplastic or mixed type, this person has a body type that is less clearly evident having any predominant type. So, unclassifiable. Siguro ito yung mga tao na mabilis pumayat, mabilis tumaba, mga ganyan. Mabilis din magkamuscle. Any person with this body type usually commits an offense against decency and morality. So, mostly ang crimes niya is against decency and morality. So, when you say decency, hindi decente yung pinapakita niya. So, medyo madungis, mga ganyan. And immoral. Immoral yung mga pinapakita niya. So, Kretschmer argued that the asthenic and athletic type are associated with schizophrenic personality, while the picnic type is linked with the manic depressive. Yan. So, yung mataba daw is linked to manic depression. By the way, meron tayong mga tao na nai-stress. Pagka nai-stress, anong ginagawa? Napaparami ang kain, di ba? So, pagka napaparami ang kain, tumataba. Most likely related siya kay picnic type. So, si asthenic and athletic type are associated with schizophrenic personality. So, ano ba yung mga personality ng schizophrenic persons? They tend to be loners. Parang yung mga lion lang din. They are, parang yung mga eagle din, di ba? They are, pero hindi schizophrenic yung mga yun, ha? They are independent. Yun. So, their independency shows their power and strength. Kaya aggressive. We have the somatotype theory by William Sheldon. William Sheldon associated body type or physique to human temperament using anthropometric methods. Sheldon studied photographed bodies of some 4,000 men from the front view, side view, and back view. So yung side view, meron tayong dalawa, right view and left view. He divided the physique of men through the contribution of three fundamental elements. So, ano yung three fundamental elements ni Sheldon? We have the endomorphic, yan. We have the mesomorphic and the ectomorphic. So, parang pareho rin siya with the asthenic type, athletic type, picnic type, and this plastic or mixed type. The difference is only on the author. So, ano ba yung endomorphic? Weldon Sheldon stated that endomorphs have the following characteristics. They are fat. Yan, so matataba sila. Soft and round body types. Their personality was described as relaxed, fond of eating, mahilig kumain, and sociable, of course. Kung mahilig kang kumain, tataba ka talaga. Pagka mataba ka, ano ba ang shape ng katawan ng mataba? Round. Diba? They have wide waist and large bone structures. They have higher proportion of digestive tissue and have a viscer viscerotonic temperament. So yan yung ating endomorphic. So matataba. Next is your mesomorphic. So ano yung counterpart ni endomorphic sa physics theory? Your picnic type, di ba? We also have here the mesomorphic or mesomorphs. Mesomorphs have the following characteristics. A body type that is characterized by a high rate of muscle growth, so masculine. Have large bones, solid torso combined with low fat levels. They are filled with energy, courage, and assertive tendencies. Ayan, authoritative sila, bossy. They have wide shoulders with narrow waist. Ayan, so sexy sila. Malaki yung shoulders against their waist. They have a higher proportion of muscular tissue, and they have Dionysian temperament. So, yan si mesomorph. Ang counterpart niya sa physics theory is your athletic. So, they are both muscular. And next is your ectomorphic. Ectomorph. Ectomorph have the following characteristics. They have long arms and legs. Mahaba ang arms and legs. Short upper body. So, mas maikli yung upper body nila. It starts from the waist pataas. Narrow shoulders. They have a long and thin muscles. They have a very low or low fat storage. So, kung low fat storage sila, hindi sila tumataba. They are usually referred to as slim. So, mga papayat. They have a higher proportion of nervous tissue and have a cerebrotonic temperament. So, this is your ectomorphs. So, the counterpart on the physics theory is your asthenic theory. In William Sheldon's book, Atlas of Men, Sheldon categorized all possible body types according to the scale ranging from 1 to 7 for each of the somatotypes, where the pure endomorph is 711, the pure ectomorph is 171. So, ito yung parang yung tawag dito, vital statistics. Kumbaga, the pure ectomorph scores 117. Yan. So, si pure mesomorph ulitin natin, is 171. So, yun lang emphasize ko. Kumbaga, parang vital statistics. Maliit yung ulo niya, 1. Tapos, mataba yung waist niya, 7. Tapos, mapayat yung paa niya, 1. Mesomorph. Next is your psychological theories. So, when you say psychological theories, these are theories that talks about your brains. Psychological theories, the brain processes. We have the psychoanalytic theory. This theory, developed by Sigmund Freud, states that all humans have natural drives and urges that are repressed in the unconscious. Yan. Additionally, all humans have criminal tendencies. These tendencies are curbed. however, through the process of socialization. So criminal tendencies are learned through process of socialization. We also have cognitive development theory, which explains that criminal and deviant behavior results from the way in which individuals organize their thoughts around morality and the law. Lawrence Kohlberg, a development psychologist, theorized that there are three levels of moral reasoning. And we have here sociological deviance theory. So, other than differential association theory, differential association reinforcement theory, imitation theory, and neutralization theory, there were discussed earlier soc the following are sociological deviance theories. So from the word social, taken from the society. Yan. Structural strain theory. This theory was developed by Robert K. Merton as an extension of the functionalist perspective on deviance. This theory traces the origins of deviance to be tensions that are caused by gap between cultural goals and the means people have available to achieve these goals. So this refers to your structural strain theory. It traces the origins of deviance to the tensions that are caused by the gap between the cultural goals and the means people have available to achieve these goals. So, means to say, strain theory, pagka meron silang goal, ano ba yung goal ng mga mostly sa atin? So, let's say for example, ang goal natin is guminhawa ang buhay, di ba? However, we were not given or we don't have the means to be successful yan. So dahil wala tayong means to be successful, wala tayong paraan to be successful, tendency is we may do our different way to achieve these goals. So yun ngayon, yung pag-remedyo nyo sa inyong pagtupad sa pangarap may now lead to tendency of criminality. So, structural strain theory. So, there is a strain on your structure kaya hindi mo ma-attain yung gusto mo. We also have here labeling theory. Labeling theory proposed that deviance is socially constructed through the reaction instead of action. In other words, according to this theory, no behavior is inherently deviant on its own. One example of the labeling theory is, yan, yung mga bata. Pagka tinatawag natin silang, ay, tamad, tamad, tamad. Itong batang to, tamad. Pag parating ganyan ang sinasabi nyo sa kanya, ano yun, nililabel nyo siya bilang tamad. Ngayon, dahil yun ang parating pinapangalan nyo, ay, ganun din lang pala, tamad din lang ang tawag sa akin, tamad pala ako, hindi magpakatamad talaga ako. So, mostly, ganun ang tendency niya. Yan ang tendency ng labeling theory. Kaya pag kayong bata, parating nyo sinasabihan ng, ay, pangit, pangit, pangit. Eh, hindi na talaga yan maliligo, papakapangit na talaga yan. Diba? Kaya pag yung bata, sinabihan ng, ay, bobo, bobo. Ay, talagang pagkaparati mong binobobo yan, hindi na talaga yan mag-aaral, magpapakabobo na talaga yan. Diba? Yan ang sinasabi ni labeling theory. Next is your social control theory. Social control theory was developed by Travis Hirschi. He is, social control theory is a type of functionalist theory. So functionalist theory that suggests that deviance occurs when a person's or group's attachment to social bond is weakened. Yan. According to this theory, to this view, people care about what others think of them and conform to social expectation because of their attachment to others and what others expect of them. Socialization is important in producing conformity to social rules, and it is when this conformity is broken that deviance occurs. So yan ang sinasabi ng ating social control theory. So one example here is pamilya, di ba? Family. Both parents shows care to their child. So inaalaga nila yung child nila. Ngayon, yung bata, ang reaction naman ngayon ng bata is, oh wow, ang ganda ng feeling. I'm being loved. I am being cared of. So, because of that social bond, ayan, okay yung magiging paglaki niya. Yan, di ba? However, the problem is if that social bond is weakened, so pagka humina na yung social bond ng parents sa kanilang anak, ayan, tendency is these children or child now will have the tendency to be maging pasaway, di ba? Black sheep, mga ganyan. So that is your social control theory. Hirsch's control theory is significant to crime prevention. This approach is also called as social band or social control theory. So it's all about the social band. That when that social band is weakened or that social band is broken, it results to criminal tendency. Next is your theory of differential association. So the theory of differential association is a learning theory that focuses on the process by which individuals come to commit violent or criminal acts. So social learning theory, differential association theory. Yan. According to the theory created by Sutherland, criminal behavior is learned through interactions with other people. Through this interaction and communication, people learn the values, attitudes, techniques, and motives for committing crimes or criminal behavior. Motives for criminal behavior. We have here the social strain typology. A typology is classification scheme designed to facilitate understanding. According to Merton, there are 5 types of deviance based upon this criteria. So, meron tayong 5 types of deviance. We have the deviance on conformity, on innovation, on ritualism, on retreatism, and on rebellion. Yan. So, conformity involves the acceptance of the cultural goals and means of attaining these goals. So, that is your conformity. It involves the acceptance of cultural goals and means of attaining these goals. Next now is your innovation. It involves the acceptance of the goals of a culture but the rejection of the traditional and or legitimate means of attaining these goals. So for example, a member of the mafia or street gang values wealth but employs alternative means of attaining his or her wealth. So, yan ang social strain theory. When you say innovation, meron siyang goal. Yung parang nasabi rin natin under social strain theory kanina. So, meron siyang meron siyang goal to become wealthy yan o para guminhawa yung buhay niya. Ngayon, he was not given opportunity, equal opportunity. So, ang tendency is, kukuha siya or maghanap ng ibang paraan to achieve her goal. So, yan ang kanyang innovation. Ritualism involves the rejection of cultural goals but the routinized acceptance of means for achieving the goals. For example, the disillusioned bureaucrat, like the Milton in the movie Office Space, who goes to work every day because it is what he does, but does not share the goal of the company of making lots of money. So, yan ang ritualism. So, ritualism again, when we say ritualism, he accepts the daily activities but reject the goal. So, he rejects the goal but he attends the daily activity. So, one example is, parang kayo din, di ba? Gusto nyo ay, hindi, uma-attend kayo ng klase. Yan, uma-attend kayo ng klase. Mostly ng mga klase nyo gustong mag-top. Pero kayo, ang objective nyo is, ay, ayoko mag-top. Naiba yung objective nyo. So, you reject your classmates' objective or your goal. Basta ako, gusto ko lang pumasok ng pumasok. So, ritualism. So, pumapasok. Pero ayokong mag-top. So, yan ang ritualism. Next is your retreatism. Involves the rejection of both the cultural goals and the traditional means of achieving these goals. So, yan ang retreatism. Retreat. Diba? Umatras ka. Nireject mo na yung goal. Ay, ayokong mag-top. Tapos, nireject mo pa yung means to attain the goal of your class. So, ayoko na rin magklase. So, retreatism. So, in other words, quitters, nag-quit. Di ba? For example, another example is a homeless person who is homeless more by choice than by forced circumstances. Or a commune established separately from dominant social norms. Next to your retreatism is your rebellion. It is a special case wherein the individual rejects both the cultural goal and traditional means of achieving them by actively attempting to replace both elements of the society with different goals and means. So, for example, we have the communist revolutionist and the social movement activities. Kumbaga, rebellion. Kung ano mismong ginagawa ng ating mga rebelde is yun na yun, di ba? So, they don't go with the community. Ano bang gusto ng ating community? To abide with the laws and to be uh, economically wealthy with the community. So, kung yung community is lumalago, edi pati kayo lumalago. Pero ang ginagawa ng rebellion, ang ginagawa sa rebellion is they reject. So, mas matindi pa siya kay retreatista. So, they reject the objective. Ayaw kong maging wealthy. Tapos, ayaw kong makihalabula sa, ay, halubilo sa community, yan. Ang gusto ko, ganito, magtatayo ako ng sarili kong community. Tapos, ang gagawin ng community namin, we will use arms to fight the government. So, lalabas kami ng armas. So, yun. So, quitter siya, pero mas malala pa. Nag-quit siya, bumuo siya ng sarili niyang tropa to go against the social norms. Yan ang rebellion. So, if you can see, it is like an evolution from good to worst. So, from conformity, innovation, ritualism, ritualism, and rebellion. So, yung conformity is speaking about the community's conformity with your objective. So, ang objective nyo, kunwari, ay gusto kong mag-top. O, yan. O, sige, mag-top ka, sabi ng mga classmate mo. Galingan mo. O, conformity, you have their conformity. Innovation is when you, ay gusto kong mag-top, pero mahirapan ako kasi wala akong review materials, wala akong books. Kaya ang gagawin ko, mag-cheat ako. O, innovation yun. Pero bawal. Pag nahuli kayo, bagsak. So, that's an example of innovation. Tapos, here comes your ritualism naman. So, ang sa inyo, ang sa ritualism, ay, ayoko mag-top. Ayoko maging katulad nyo. Gusto nyo mag-top. Ako, ayoko mag-top. Gusto ko, pumapasok lang. So, pumapasok lang. Ritualism. So, nakikipasok lang. Nakikisabay lang sa flow ng majority. Pero, he doesn't share same objective. So, basta ako, gusto ko lang pumasok. Tapos, your recruitism ulit. So, he rejects the objective and at the same time, he rejects the means to to attain the objective. So, ay, ayokong mag-top. Tapos, ay, ayoko ding magklase. Ayun, so hindi na siya nagklase. Nag-quit na siya. Nag-drop. Tapos, rebellion naman, must worst. Ayokong mag-top. Ayokong magklase. Ganito na lang gagawin ko. Gagawa ako ng fraternity, i-invite ko kayo. So, ayun, naghanap pa siya ng ni-recruit niya. Kumbaga, yan ang rebellion. Tapos, nag-recruit siya. Tapos, yan, sisirain natin yung mga tropa nating gustong mag-top. So, yan ang rebellion. Conflict theory. Conflict theory views conflict within society as normal and rejects the idea that society is organized around consensus of values and norms. So, conflict theories believe that in its normal state, society is held together by force, coercion, and intimidation. The values and norms are different groups. The values and groups of different groups are often the basis of conflicting interests between these groups. So there's a conflict between two groups, the bad and the evil. Yan. Law, therefore, represents the interest held by groups that are obtained sufficient power or influence to determine legislation. Conflict theory of Marxist or Karl Marx mode suggests that capitalism is the essential root of crime and that repressive efforts by ruling class to control the ruled class produce delinquency. So yan na yung ating conflict theory wherein there is a conflict between the rich and the poor. So ang gusto ni rich ay bayaran natin yung poor para mas yumaman tayo. Yan. So here comes now Marxism or communism. Ang gusto nila dapat pantay-pantay. Walang mayaman, walang mahirap. Equal standing tayo. Walang boss. Pare-pareho tayong boss ng ating sariling katauhan. Yan ang sinasabi ng conflict theory. There's a conflict between two groups. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. See you next meeting.